This is, I think, the one area in all of Ecclesiastes that is not deemed a pursuit of the wind. Even to our preacher of depression, Solomon, friends had a purpose. Friends had a meaning. But more than just the casual, we will call them what, fair weather friends, this deep companionship that sticks with you, sticks around for the long term. But why? What is the purpose of friends? Because some of us aren't sold out. There might be some here to say, oh, I'm kind of a lone wolf type person. I don't really need or desire that. Well, let's talk some. What is the purpose of friends? Consider Moses and his friends Aaron and Hur. What did they do? They filled in the gaps in the life of Moses. When he was holding up his arms and he became exhausted, they held them up for him. And because of that, they won the battle. Can you imagine if Moses had rejected their help, said, oh, I'm fine. I can hold my hands up in the air for 24 hours straight on my own. Thank you very much. Has anybody ever tried? I can do it for like 30 seconds, and I'm tired. Our friends give us support when we are weak, when we are weary. There's somebody to lean on, someone to give us comfort and counsel. Think about Paul and his cohort of friends. He was often doing things. He's listed, but he's always with people. He's very rarely alone. And in 2 Timothy, when we read about a moment he is alone, he is desperately lonely. He's saying, Timothy, come. I need you to come, and I need you to come and provide for my needs, relief from loneliness, encouragement to continue. Paul asked for prayer from his people regularly. Pray for me so that when I go out, I can be effective. I can do the work. Even physical and financial help. Philippians 4:10 says, I rejoiced in the Lord greatly because once again you renewed your care for me. They had sent, we'd call it a love offering. He was poor, he was broke, he didn't have the means to continue the work, and they thought of him, and he was rejoicing. And he almost slights it. He says, I didn't need it because I've learned to be content in everything, whether I'm rich or poor, but I'm glad that you thought of me. It fills me with great joy. Several years ago, this church thought of my family. It was Pastor Appreciation Month, and Jess, we were just blessed beyond words when folks brought in all sorts of things for us. And even this Christmas, coffee, I got so much coffee, you have no idea. Fueled me for months. Or like, well, I just eat the grounds. It's fantastic. It's like cereal. But when you think of me like that and my family, it encourages me in a way that it's hard to express in words. To say that, that's my love language. Thanks for that. And so that's what we need to be growing and to be doing for each other. All that we can to say, well, learning, what does thank you, what does I love you look like to our friend group here? And say I love you to the people around us. Even Jesus wanted friends. Towards the end, he called his disciples friends. He says, I call you friends now, because I've told you everything that's going on. You all know you have people in your life who you'll share what's going on with, and there's some people who you don't tell. You don't share things with. It's not that you don't like them, but Jesus had his 12 close. So he had the multitude of disciples, the 12 close ones, the 3 really close ones, and then John the beloved. Jesus had a circle. We all have a circle, and that's okay. We don't believe in equity of friendship, not equal return. We all have our groups, so don't be ashamed of that. But do have a group, because Jesus, in terms of ministry, even when he sent folks out, mandated 2 by 2, never alone. Ministry was never alone. We have to have a friend group. We have to have companions, people we can trust, people that we can count on to get through life. The burdens are too much for us to carry on our own. Life is too sad. Things are too hard. Even joys on the bright side. Joy is that much sweeter when I can share it with you and you rejoice with me. And I say, hey, this cool thing happened. And you get all excited, then I'm excited, and we're like dogs jumping up and down, all delighted about what's going on. We just are thrilled. And that's why Paul says, rejoice with those rejoicing, weep with those who are weeping, share the good, share the bad. To share is a delight.